Does this work? Yes! Okay. Oh! Worried me there for a second. Yes. Let's go. Hooray. Oh, there you are. Where is it? Hello? Can you hear me? Because the microphone says you can. Oh, it's not going to work well. Oop. Okay. I can't drag here. I got another solution. Hold on. Let's see. Think. Hi. That's 0 viewers. Where are my tissues? Where'd my tissue box go? My tissue box randomly disappeared. I'll be back. I just need a tissue. I just need a tissue. My tissue box randomly disappeared. Yeah, I know you're gonna hear me, but I was like, okay, in order to show my math, am I gonna do the whiteboard thing, which I tried, but it didn't fit all the way, so I'm gonna do this. Alright, so anyways, by the title, you've seen this. I kind of figured out some things if you define 1 divided by 0. Do you want me to explain? Because I got a full sheet right here of stuff I figured out. Wait. So first, well, let me get my, okay. So first, I decided to define it. I needed a symbol and a name. So, I did this. Voila. I defined 1 divided, oh my god, okay. Defined 1 divided by 0 as this symbol. Yeah. Oh, and I named it Onro. It's pronounced, yeah. Spelled like this, but it's pronounced like this. You know, I've seen people do like the nullity, infinity, just whatever. But I was like, no. I'm going to treat it like how we treated the square root of -1. That wasn't defined. People thought it was impossible. But boom, symbol. and boom. So like, you know what? Let me decide to do this. And it was actually a really fun rabbit hole I went through. Like, actually, it was pretty fun. There's some things I actually figured out on how this would work. So I was thinking, what would be first into creating a new number system? I really don't know, because I don't want to start off on algebraic rules, because I want to create it completely from scratch, kind of with some rules. So I was going through the first steps, well, the steps of like succession, addition, multiplying, the powers, tetraration, and all that. So we got this. This is the first level. I have Onro plus n here. This is the first level. And there are there's actually two ways you can write this. What are the two ways you can write Onro plus n, you think? Okay. Well, first is pretty darn obvious. It's Onro plus n. I mean, that's a pretty darn obvious way. But here's something. I figured in the Onro world, would I allow dividing and multiplying by 0? And yeah, the other way is this. 1 plus 0n over 0. Because there's a rule that I immediately found out as I dug more deeper into this, the way I've been doing it, is that in some situations, like in formulas, whenever you do a formula for Onro on something, H2O, yeah, I guess, yeah. But when you do like formulas and stuff, you always simplify. Like, you always simplify if there's like a variable or something. If there isn't a variable, you don't simplify. It's very weird. But that's what I've came to discover about this. If there's a variable, you simplify. You always simplify. But if there isn't a variable, you don't simplify. So if this was 1 plus 0 over 0, and if you simplified it, like if it was 1 plus 0 n over 0, it would have been Onro plus 1, which would mean Onro is equal to Onro plus 1, which just doesn't make any sense. So it makes sense to write it like this. Surprisingly, I actually haven't written that rule. Like, I've written it like they're equal, but like not. Yeah. So those are the two ways I feel like you're allowed to write Onro plus any number, including imaginary numbers. There you go. I just had to write it on my paper. All right. Don't know if we're going to be able to get through all these, but try my best. You ready to continue? Cool. And now the next stage is adding Onros together. Now, thankfully, this was the literally simplest thing. This is the like one of the only things that. Oh god, hold on. It's the only thing that it follows. So if you have Onro plus Onro plus Onro plus dot dot dot, n times. This is equal to n on row. This gladly follows the rule. This is like one of the few rules where it has no complications with. Well, I guess except for 0. But other than that, literally it works. So, yay. All right, ready to move on to the next step of the powers. Okay. Wait, I didn't talk. Ooh. Oh no, I think I talked about. Hold on, I'm just checking something. Did I talk about it later down the line? Hold on. Did I not? Oh, come on. How did I not talk about it? I'm just checking something. Like, I thought I talked about... I guess not. Anyways. All right. So next up. Powers. Now, there are actually only 3 answers to any number for this. Only 3 possible answers for on row to the n. Except for imaginary numbers. I haven't delved into that. But yeah, only 3, yeah. The first one is when n is greater than or equal to 0. Oh, wait, no. Just greater than 0. Hold on, where's my napkin? Oh, no. Did I? What the? Yo. How did I? Oh, there it is. Okay. When n is greater than 0, on row to the n is equal to on row. Yeah, when n is greater than 0, on row to the n is equal to on row. And the reason why is that this is the reason why. Because on row to the n it's just 1 to the n over 0 to the n. And 1 and 0 are special numbers because no matter what power you do them by, well, except for 0, any positive power, it's, well, the same. So on row is the third number to have this property. So by having 1 and 0 together, it's just equal to on row. It's simple to see. Makes sense? You want to, like, even continue? Yeah, I'm a math nerd if you haven't kind of tell. Yeah, I'm kind of a math nerd if you couldn't tell. Actually with my shirt, actually. Yeah. I'll do what I should do in class. Okay. So I think you're ready. So the next is when n is less than 0, which would mean on row to the n is equal to 0. See? And the reason why that makes sense, so you have a negative number, let's just say on row to the -2, whatever. That's the same as 1 to the negative 2 over 0 to the negative 2. Now, I don't know, but whenever you have a power, a negative power, and a fraction, you could put that down. So we actually just have 0 to the 2 over 1 to the 2. That's just 0 over 1, which is just 0. And that happens every single time. The numbers 1 and 0 flip places. The powers doesn't really do anything. And 0 divided by 1 is 0. See? It works. So can I move on to the final one? The third one? If you want to keep going, because if you don't, just tell me, because I was going to make a video about this, and I was like, whatever. What do you mean by all right? All right. Do you mean want to continue, or do you want to... Because, again, these timestamps are confusing and all that. Okay, good. All right, and number 3, pretty easy. As you see, I skipped over one condition, that n is equal to 0, because that means on row to the n is equal to 1. Sorry, my bad. Real sense is agreement, but as you see, yeah, that's on row is pretty bad. As you see, it's equal to 1. Now, how do I get this result? Well, again, this would mean just 1 to the 0 over 0 to the 0. 1 to the 0 is obviously 1. Now, this is the first complication we do run into, defining 0 to the 0. But it is so painfully obvious 1. Like, it's probably the second to most stupidest undefined things that we have. Oh no, that's not good. But yeah, 0 to 0 is like the second to most stupid undefined thing in math. Most stupid is 0 divided by 0. It's just 0 if you look at the basic definition of fractions. Anyways, 1 over 1 is equal to 1. So there's your proof. I'm defining 0 to 0 as 1. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions? Literally anything. Literally asking me anything about what I've said so far. Literally anything. And I'll go to it right now. And I'm using n as a variable. I could use n, I could use x, I could use a, I could use b, I could use c, I can use, like, I don't know, y. I can use any of these as a placeholder. Wait, have you learned about variables? Okay. I just used n as one of the variables. I could have used any of these, using just the basic ones, but I decided to go with n because that's what I've written down on my paper. If that makes sense. Yay. All right. I'm gonna move on. You never saw the very... Interesting. Huh. I mean, you could really use any letters. I guess the only conversion could be D, E, F, I, O, and Z. These are the only ones I can figure out that can be confusing. D because differential, E is the number, F is like for functions and stuff, I is the square root of -1, the O is the 0, and the Z is used to represent complex numbers. Yeah. All right. Some water hydration. All right. I'll wait and I'll prepare the next thing then. Sorry. Just playing my flip thing, whatever. All right. You ready? Well, we were just talking about en route to a number, talking about what that equals. It says when the number is when the variable is positive, like en route to the 2, it's going to be en row. If it's en route to the -2, it's going to be 0. So anything number less than 0. And if the number is exactly equal to 0, then it'll be 1. Anyway, so to the next thing. What is 0 on row? Is it either 1 or 0? Now, mind you, there are two major things. You could probably see one of them. Thing is, what if you go one way, if you go with one thing will work and one thing won't work. If you go with 0, one thing won't work and the other thing will work. So I had to sacrifice something by defining this without getting into like on row is equal to on row plus 1 territory, because I just did not want that. I did not want like infinity and stuff to get into here, which I think did influence some of the results, but it wasn't like infinity. The bum bum. Oh well. Oh my god. That's my attempt at an R. Alright. Anyways. Do you think 0 on row is equal to 1 or 0? Yes, but remember this is 1 over 0. But yeah, you're correct. Because if you go with 0 times on row is equal to 1, you get the situation of on row plus 1 is equal to on row, but you get on row is equal to 1 over 0. But when you get 0 on row is equal to 0, you do get the on row is equal to on row situation. But on is equal to 0 over 0, which is 0 over 1, so you're going to have to add some extra rules. So my best guess, I'm just going to say 0 on row is equal to 0. Unless you're going to apply it into formulas, then it'll be equal to 1. It's like if it was 0n over 0, it would have been n. Ooh. Okay, this next one isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. But now we're going to deal with this. Let me write it in a more understandable form. This is on row to the tetraration of n, which is just equal to on row to the 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 on row n times. So if it was like on row tetrated to the 2, it would be on row to the on row. Well, let me use like an actual number, like 2 to the n. Let's say n was 3. So 2 tetrated to the 3, that would just be equal to 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2. That makes sense. And yeah, it's just a way to represent power. And you can do this infinitely many times. Tetraration, that's what it's called when you do repeated oh my god, okay, the repeated power right here. This is how you show it. That's n. That's Onro to the n. Or Onro tetrarated to the n. Okay, you talking about the circle thingy? Oh no, you're talking about this n. This is n. Okay. Okay, here's x. I think this is gonna be more understandable. That's what it is. So anyways, there are 4 conditions to this. Surprisingly, there are 4 instead of 3, which I'm pretty surprised at. I'll go with a complicated one. So we have Onro tetrarated to the n, and when n is greater than 0, it's equal to e. Hold on. Gotta. Oh no, it's Onro at the beginning. Oops. So if Onro tetrarated to the n when n is greater than 0, it's equal to Onro to the e to the whatever, and that's over ln Onro, and that's over ln Onro. And then the e's go for e to the n minus 1 times, but then at the very last one, the nth time, it would be Onro. Let me give you an example, because I think this is really This is really confusing if you don't. I think this is actually really confusing if you don't have an example. Let's do a 3. I think 3 would be a good example. So we got Onro. Right? No, whatever. So example, Onro tetrarated to the 3. This would just be equal to e to the e. Well, it's equal to Onro over ln Onro, and that's the power of this e. And that's all divided by ln Onro, and that is the power of this e. That's the only way I could rewrite it. So yeah. I'm gonna do let's do a quick break. So just gather your thoughts, and yeah. Break. Hold on. Back. You ready? Do you want to continue? That's... Oh. Yeah. Okay, in order to show my math, I'm like going to do the whiteboard thing, which I tried, but it didn't fit all the way, so I'm going to do this. Alright, so anyways, by the title, you've seen this. Oh, okay. Good job on getting a 21. I can't believe I still got a 26. Like, again, the odds are, like, immeasurable. So, again, I calculated the average game to be 10 rounds. So, presumably, you had an average game. So, you had 6, because that's, like, the average, I think, because, well, for... Yeah, 5 up, it's 1. When you have 4 up, it's 1. When you have 3 up, it's 1. When you have 2 up, it's 2. Actually, no, it's actually 5. Okay. Ooh, that... Okay. So, 5 is the average score. Right? 5 up is always going to be a 4. Yeah, 5 is the average score, but then when you get to 1, presuming you had an average game up until then, it would be 4 to the power of 16 over 5 to the power of 16, or 0.8 to the power of 16. Well, actually, you got to multiply that by the odds, so 0.8. Wait, no. Zane is 0%, not going to fail. Oh, we're going to work on drop. So then 0.2 times 0.4 times 0.6 times 0.6 times 0.8 to the 16. That is the probability of your game. So you know the probability of probably the average of what you got? Take 0.8 and raise that to the 16th power. It's actually a 2.81% chance. But multiplying with the other stuff, so wait. The odds of that game is a 0.081% chance. No, my PB was 26. Because the thing is, I don't think I've recorded it fully. I've only recorded the ending. Yeah. But then again, the probability of a normal game happening hold on. That's your probability. But again, a probability of game happening. Three. Actually, the known probability is A. So you would have 0.2 multiplied by 0.4 multiplied by 0.6 raised to the second power, then multiplied by 0.8 raised to the third power. Interesting. That's the probability of a normal game. That's like the highest probability. Now, probability in my game, I don't know. I don't remember. Because again, we need the odds from the stuff. But yeah. Again, it could technically go on forever, but to a point, it's like, eh. Do you want to continue with the Onro stuff? All right. I think that's enough for today with the Onro. Oh, have you seen my Merge Jones fan fiction? Have you seen that yet? Because from the sound of it, you did. From the view count. Did you? Oh, wait, you barely heard the... Wait, are you barely hearing me right now? Or are you barely... Oh. Okay, no, wait. What do you barely mean, like, right now, or do you mean in the video? Oh, okay, you're talking about now. Okay. Have you seen my Murder Jones fan fiction? I got it here. I could read it to you right now, actually. We could do another separate live stream if you want. Okay. You're confusing me. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So, do you want me to go ahead and read it? Ooh, okay. Now, this was, for context, this was a, one of our last assignments for 8th grade language arts. We were assigned to create a short suspense story. Literally that. Like, really no other rules, classic, stuff. But yeah. So I decided, okay, I want to write it about something. My very first thought was evolving a 3D shape in a 2D world, or a 2D shape in a 3D world, experiencing it for the first time. But I realized it was a cool idea, but I had literally no idea on how to even create a story from that. Like, I had to add a villain. It couldn't just be like a self-exploration story or whatever. So I decided to do this. I had this story go in my mind for like forever. I don't know why. It's just Murder Jones is really fascinating me so much. Murder Jones randomly landing in a school that I went to. I'm calming them down, and it's weird. So, are you ready to hear my school assignment, Drones Day? Oh, if clothes weren't there, I would have made it. Ready. All right. And I'll stop every time I have a stopping point. Okay. Here we go. It's a little stoppy at points. Like, it's like, there needs to be more information, but again, this is 6 pages, so I couldn't really add more. She said, like, a suggested 5-page max. This is 6 pages. Anyways, all right. When Rob wakes up, he just sits there, thinking about how school's done. When he does get up and get ready for school, he's thinking about his favorite show. When he's finally ready, he gets outside and gets on his bike and rides to a spot. That spot is where he will ride with his best bud, Bob. When they both get there, they ride their bikes to school. So, what do you want to talk about? Bob said. I don't know. Oh, have you seen the new episode yet? Rob said. No, because for the 100th time, I haven't seen it yet. Why do you keep asking? What's so special about it anyways? Bob asked. You don't want me rumbling on, don't you? Rob said jokingly. Yeah, you're right, Bob said. Well, oh my god, the writing's kind of faded a little bit. I see the school now. See you at lunch. When they separate, Rob went around and parked his bike and went inside his school. When Rob enters, he dreads it like any regular day. What he does not know is that his life is going to change forever. And that's like chapter 1, I guess, in the short story. So, how do you feel about it? I feels it has good material. Oh, thank you. Now I do want to. Well, I guess I could tell you it later. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you it later. Or I'll tell you it now, and I'll tell you it later too. I made this when episode 6 was out. When episodes 1 through 6 was out, but not episode 7. But this is set. The characters are set before episode 6. It's like I know their future a little bit. It's weird how I set it up. It's because for a reason you can probably figure out, but yeah. Ready to move on to the next chapter? Ready? All right. So Rob just goes and puts his stuff in his locker and goes to class. His math class was really easy for him. So he just finished the work and relaxed. When he got to social studies, he was already ahead, but he still put in the work to get it done to watch Hamilton. When he got to science, he really had to work because he had to get this one pager done, and he did get it done. And he got it down. Now, usually, Rob's least favorite class is ELA. But with the teacher back, and when the teacher said you will be creating a short suspense story, Rob was actually excited. So the class only got to work on it for the last 10 minutes. Rob still got an idea. His idea is, well, I think you already know, or now know. So after ELA, he finally got to lunch. Since I got to at lunch. At lunch, sit next to his friend and talk. What the lunch was is just some cheese sticks. I forgot what their name is. They were like so good. They're like cheese sticks, but they're not. They're like soft bread, like really good cheese. It was just amazing. Our school food is actually pretty good. Like none of it was bad, actually, surprisingly. Anyways, so finally, Rob and Bob started talking. So, how has school been? Bob said. Mine's been okay. Mine's actually been going pretty good. I'm writing a mini story for ELA, Rob exclaimed. Then they just sat there in silence. Bob was just looking around the cafeteria. Oh, dude. What happened to me was like I just found people like literally somehow in the first couple of days I just found people that are literally like me. There's a literally group of people that we had for all 3 years of middle school that we literally just played Foursquare and we talked and it was actually a pretty good time. You just gotta find what to me is you just gotta find weird people like you or like me. Like for me, I just had to find weird people like myself, and then it was actually pretty good from there. I think I got lucky. I don't know. Where was I? Okay. I'm gonna continue anyways. It's yellow floor and blue and white walls are okay. Recess is in 5 minutes, he thought to himself. But he doesn't know. Says life is going to be changing forever right now. Just kidding. So when the bell rings for recess, everyone goes outside. But everyone's life is gonna change, especially Rob's right now. I'm serious this time. All right. That was the end of the second chapter. How do you feel? How was it? I hid something there. If you notice that, that would be pretty cool. Did you notice anything hidden? Did you notice anything like about this? Like a couple things that one main thing, but it's like spread out. No, it's not cheese. It's breaking the fourth wall, meaning mentioning outside. So like Mayolay talking about a short suspense story, and the text saying his idea is, well, I think you already know or now know. I was kind of mentioning this story. I just wanted to add that a little bit. Yeah. And then also what actually happened here during school is actually what happened that day. And this is my actual school that I described. Said its a name right now. So yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna continue. And ooh. Yeah, it's my actual school. That's what I imagine in my head, anyways. And like it's gonna look like my school no matter what. So like might as well make it my actual school. Anyways, I'm gonna continue. So it's actually gonna be a pretty short chapter. So after everyone spent a couple minutes of recess, then a student yelled, "Hey, I see something coming towards us. It's in the sky." Sure enough, when Rob looked up, he saw a dot in the sky getting big really fast. "It's gonna land in 10 seconds," Rob yelled. That was enough for the people to run and take cover. When it landed, it sent a big shock wave, and it was crazy. Don't know how they survived. After everything settled, everyone came out of their hiding spots to go check it out. "It's no fair," Rob said to himself. "People are closer, but very soon he will find out." He was very lucky because he saw somebody getting impaled by a knife. How do you think of that little chapter? Well, you're actually going to find out who did it. Well, I actually realized I made a plot hole. Actually, yeah, okay, now this character has 2 plot holes. Darn it. Well, or whatever. No, I tried to make the characters as accurate as possible, to be honest. I had to manipulate in some way, but their base personality is there. You're gonna find that out later. Alright. You ready? This is gonna be a... Okay, this is actually also a pretty short chapter. Anyways, here we go. Alright. Ah! The students yelled. I didn't know why I said. Everyone is running back to the school and hoping to live. While Rob was running, Rob looked back, but then someone pulled him away for that split second. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to say this. If I was allowed at school, I'm allowed here. He saw a lot of buddies on the ground, and some that can't be said in the story. So Rob just ran to his latest class and shut the door after others ran in. They were all students and one teacher. They all just sat there, thinking about how their life is. Rob decided to look out the window, and when he saw it, changed everything again. So, how was that chapter? Correct. There is a reason. Accurate reactions, not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, if I were gonna say, at the point, on the ground and some that cannot be said in the story, it would have been, think about what Insanity has done to Uzi in the alternative ending, but died down. Like, not the torture part, but the gruesome murder part. Yo, bro. Oh my god. We literally saw an official thing as V having no clothes. So, like, why would you even think that, bro? Like, seriously. Do you remember the Insanity live stream? Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna okay. Okay. Oh, okay, so yeah, the latency thing, it sucks. Alright, I'm gonna continue. I think this is actually... No, okay, alright. I'm gonna read the next chapter, okay? Ugh. One, two, three, 4, 5. Well, in the 6th chapter. Alright. When Rob saw what he saw, he looked again and again, and it was still there. But then he remembered Bob, and I need to get my friend. He's still out there. But just as he said that, his friend came bursting through the door. They were so happy to see each other. So at this time, the teacher turned on the news. Breaking news! In a middle school, some sort of aliens that look robotic came crashing down to Nosala Middle School. The Six started mass killing everyone. Here is the best picture for each. When Rob saw this, he now knows that he's not crazy. He immediately opens up a new tab and searches up something. What the hell are you doing? His friend said. Do you want to be killed? I don't know, whatever. Boom. Does this look like this? Rob said. He pulled up 2 pictures that have the same enemy in it. How in the world do you have that picture that clearly? Everyone said. Do you know them? Like, really know them? Bob said jokingly. You're correct. I do know them. I mean, really know them. Then Rob looked for a number on the news. Talk how to end all of this. Now, I'm going to tell you, Rob is not secretly working for those 6. He's just a super fan of the show. Let's tell you that. So how was the chapter? Just don't want me to use a scraper. He is a fan, yes. A super fan. Somehow nobody notices I made like something, so at least somebody else would know of their existence, but either they somehow do not know, or when it crosses their mind, they die, or I don't know. There's a couple of plot holes I just kind of ignore. A lot in my mind, but I had to try to fill some in Because usually it was just me straight going to school, boom, lunch, go outside, boom, 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 and there's just not really a lot of details. So, yeah. Actually, you had to add a couple things actually to make the story more sensical. I know that's not a word. See, that's where you're wrong. Remember, so before episode, I wrote this before episode 7. The characters, the 6, have their minds before episode 6. So remember that that's not going to work because of it. Because I didn't say any robotic aliens were killed. I think I would have actually mentioned that if that happened. So you're probably knowing who I'm talking about. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go on the next chapter. When the news answered, they said, "You're not pranking us." "Nope. I know what to do." "You know what? We're going to take this seriously." Okay. What do you want to tell us?" "Well, there's this human named Tessa." "A human?" "Is from the year 3071 that rescued and fixed the 3 with white hair. The 3 are designed to kill other drones like the other 2, but they befriended them. The white hair drones can they can fly, they have weird wings, a blaster, Okay, 2 things. 1, we have the president on the line. I don't know how this is like a weird news station, like a very protective news station running like the presidential building. I don't know. And 2, now we know about the white ones. How about the other 2? The other 2 have this power that basically can turn anything in the code and change the code. And they also have a worse form, but you don't have to worry about that." Wow, that was a lot. So we believe you. You probably think the character's cuckoo crazy. "What's the plan?" "Well, there's this nice drone named N, and he is the best bet. Wait. Did you send your crew?" "Yep. They all died. Anyways, N is the best bet to get into the group. So I'll throw a paper ball at him. I'll explain how that works. And then wait and meet up, and I'll talk about stopping. Okay. We will go all in the danger. I hope you live. Good luck." How was the chapter? Thank you. So you probably know who 6 I'm talking about. Well, yeah. I think you know at least a bare minimum 5, but the other one you don't really know until when the meetup happens. Ooh, all right. So any thoughts, anything you want to say, any questions? Okay. Yeah, do you have any questions? Anything? Because I have 2 views on the video. I don't know who watched it. I read it to my parents. I don't know. And if I say I'm not going to answer that, that means it's going to either be answered later in the book, in the story, or I just don't want to answer. Or I'll just yeah. What is the stopwatch at? get it to the nearest minute when I show you, you win $0.00. How about that? Do the other think the guy who knows is sus? Huh? Huh? What do you mean by that? Do the other think the guy who knows is sus? Oh, wait. Are you talking about the main character, Rob? We're talking about, do you think, Rob? Do the people who see the guy that has knowledge think he's sus? Well, it's pretty funny. That actually gets answered in the very first sentence of the next chapter. So I'm just going to read the next chapter. Yeah. All right, I'm going to read this. I'm just going to read the next chapter right now. Instead of everyone being scared, they are instead happy that someone is going to try. There's your answer. That's your answer. All right, I'm going to continue the chapter now. So Rob writes on a piece of paper and crumples it up and says, "Even if I die a cool and heroic way." And so he opens the door and went into step 2, getting this to end without dying. He he knows that N is on this floor. So he very slowly looks around the corner and sees N sitting on board. I'm going to tell you how this works. So he throws the paper and hides. He sees N pick it up, reading it, surprisingly, and going upstairs. So, okay. The reason why this works is Ed's a little goofy goofball and doesn't want to kill anybody if he doesn't have to. He decided to go with everybody because he kind of agrees, but he's just like, I'll read what the note says. Like, oh my god. And you will see what the note says later. Rob took this chance and ran. Yeah. And ran on the railing. I don't know why I said railing. As fast as he could. When he saw it ending going outside with everyone else. He runs into the meeting room and shuts the door and just waits. After a couple minutes, he hears voices. They were the group. As they're coming closer, he hears. All right. You're going to finally see some more dialogue. Okay. He hears voices. They were the group. As they were coming closer, he hears. Can we not kill him? We can at least use him, and said. Well, we already have a human here. What can a middle schooler student provide anyways? Uzi said. And that was the last thing he heard before. So I don't want to say that. When Tessa opened the door with NVJ Doll, Uzi, and Tessa. So how do you think the chapter? He is not going to die immediately. I did make an alternative ending in my mind. But, yeah, Rob is somehow, like, the one problem I don't think I can solve, one of the few problems I do not think I can solve anyways without drastically changing the story, is the character, like, being, like, not scared. Like, if I take the reality, he would be so scared that he wouldn't speak, and then he would just get killed. I mean, like, yeah. So I had to make him not scared. Like, it's scared at some points, I think. But, yeah. He do be like Uzi for it, yeah. Alright. True. Alright. Yeah, but this is like brave on like a next level. Alright, I'm gonna continue on to the next chapter. Alright. We're actually halfway here, so now we're gonna get a little talking. Again, this might not make sense, so I'm gonna see how long this is. It's almost actually a full paper. It is. Alright. Hello, Rupp said. I'm like your biggest fan. If you are, you would be dead by now, V said. I figure that's what the thing V would say. Oh yeah, it's not episode 6 yet. What do you mean by episode 6, Uzi said. We're not an anime, are we? Yeah, literally there's only one singular reason that they haven't killed me yet, is because of what was on the paper ball thread in it. And again, I'm gonna tell you what that is later. An anime, are we? Close, Rob said. But an animated show on YouTube. I'm gonna presume Uzi knows what YouTube is. In an animated show. And Tessa. And yeah, that's the thing. At this point, I think we figured that Tessa was Sin. Like, it was pretty strong evidence. But it's like, Tessa feels a human would actually be better in this story. And maybe down the line, I'll introduce episode 7. Bada bing, bada boom. Tessa randomly turns into a humanoid Sin. Who knows? Prove it, Tessa said. All right, here we go. Every Jonin human here already has had a really bad past with the. Sorry, So Uzi, you like Anne, but your mother kind of helped the destruction of your planet, and your cinnamon rolls are no bad for you. Though you're Russian, so you're complicated. But my favorite main side character, Jay, you're loyal to Tessa. Tessa, you want to bring down Sin once and for all. That's all true, Tessa said. Well, oh my god, my writing is horrible. Well, we are in a show in this universe. Oh. Well, we are a show in this universe, Uzi said. What about me? V said. Oh, I forgot you existed. You know what I'm hinting at. Well, you're in the interesting one. Right now, you are hard and secretive, but in the past, in some moments now, you care about N and Uzi. And then here, I had a message behind it, but it sounds weird. And even if N chooses Uzi, you know that N will be safe. Everyone just stands there surprised. When Tessa's about to say something, Rob said. Okay, I'm just going to end off there right now. That's halfway through the first chapter. So I just want to gather your thoughts. Yeah, I don't know why I wrote some of this stuff. And I had to cut some stuff out in my mind that happened. because it wouldn't have been allowed on a school assignment. If you know what I mean. But yeah. You probably know what I'm hinting at with the V. Yeah. All right. I'm going to continue now. This is the second half. I just wanted to separate it. Just get your thoughts. When Tessa's about to say something, Rob said, I'm not done. There are two more things I want to show you. One is the show, but two is what we are at now. And the reason why I have more detail and have ignored V. So Rob showed them the clip. If you're wondering what the show is, the characters give it away. So I'm not okay. I showed them this clip.
Ever since I was young, my dream has been to open a chocolate shop.
Okay, let me reread it. Not done. There are two more things that I want to show you. One is the show, but two is what we are at now, episode 6. And the reason why I have more detail for V. So Rob showed them the clip. If you're wondering what the show is, characters give it away. This is the clip I showed them. I have no idea about the Sentinels, so they had like no idea about these Sentinels. If you having glasses, that like flickered in her mind, imagine flickering in her mind. Fuck, it's touching a little bit. Probably my CPU.
Hey, Dave, I need you! Nah. Uzi, I trust you.
This is literally the most hyper thing. Nothing could even top this. Maybe something to that plan.
Can you set me free? Will you take my soul away? Casting me in cold, bury me.
That clip. Alright, and I was moving back to the story. Everyone was wide-eyed. The V just froze. Like, really froze. Let's take a break, Rob said, and everyone agreed. So they sat there for the last 15 minutes. And V woke up. Now, I think this is... no, you see the thing. No. These characters were randomly teleported. How I imagine it is, them randomly appearing out of thin air. The one thing I haven't even answered in my mind is how they appeared. Like, it's from their mind from the episodes from end of episode 5. That's all their minds. So the show doesn't change. These characters change, but the actual show itself changes. It doesn't change. The characters from the actual show and the characters that are in this world right now are different for an obvious reason that they exist in this world. So there you go. And again, V is going to be unrealistic here. I do not know why I decided to write this. Anyways, I'm sorry, Rob said. It's fine, V say. Well, pulling out the glasses. You still have those? Tessa NN said. Why would I get rid of them? They remind me of my best memory. Stop, Boozy said, with a little bit of jealousy. We are getting off topic. So, am I good? Rob said. They whisper. And then this is where the most important word said by Tessa. Yes. But let's tell our story, okay? By me, Rob said. Here we go. So you're probably within the confusing part. Me putting on her glasses. That was one thing. I assumed she's kept those somewhere. And like I said, I think she's kept those because of the memory. I think that's actually how she that's how she retained her memories from the past. That's how. Because she kept those glasses and that tickled something in her robotic brain. Let's go. Well, it's an explanation at least. Again, she just pulled the glasses out of nowhere, so yeah. Anyways, how do you think of the chapter? How do you think of what V said at the end there? Because I transitioned V from being the murderous V to made V. Like, I made it like actual, like what V would actually be. Like, she still has some of her murderous stuff, obviously. Sorry, I keep yawning. It's just, I do that now. I like, past like couple of months, I've been yawning more. Oh, yeah, it was funny. And the reason, the reason why, I think one of the first time we actually saw V calm, I guess technically was in episode 2 when she didn't even try to escape from the chain, and then at the end of episode 2 when she realized the chain kind of was broken. But then in episode 3, she tried to manipulate it. But I think the first real time we actually saw V being a normal V was when she life no paroled battery in and when she said, "It's best for you, even if you hate me for it." And then we get episode 4, we're smiling a couple times, and then like episode 6 when she helped Uzi. So yeah. Anyways, we have just a little over 2 more pages to go. Just a teeny bit over 2 pages. So I'm going to continue. And I'm going to end the stream after. All right. I woke up in a strange room. Remember, this is from Tessa's point of view now. This is from Tessa's point of view. It's telling her what basically happened to her. I woke up in a strange room with Jay. What happened? Tessa said to Jay. Oh no, Jay said back. So they just got up and looked around. It is a stone room with beds. I don't know what that symbol is. So they went out the door and saw V and Uzi and Doll arguing about something. When Tessa saw them and said, Tessa? N! Tessa hugs him. Tried to do the beginning of episode 6 there. Okay. Figure out how we got here and what we're doing. Or what we are. Or where we are, okay? Okay. Now, the reason why Doll is working together, the reason why they're all kind of working together, well, they just like, so again, we don't know the reaction, but based on what happened here, it's confusion, so they're good. So they all look around. The N finds a window. Somehow nobody found that yet. Hey, I found a lookout. I don't know why I said lookout. And said, everyone looked out, and Tessa said, this is Earth, but a lot better. There's no other option. But how? Jay said. Earth blew up at around 3000. I just gave a random year. I had to give a year what I was writing. I just gave a random year. So what are we going to do about this? Doll said. Yes, Doll's Russian, but I'm not writing Russian. I should have wrote Russian. Hold on. I am actually going to try to write... I actually should have wrote Russian. I'm actually really sad that I did not write Russian. So the teacher would have to read it. If I did write Russian, I said, the character speaks Russian in the show. So, but I'm not going to translate what Doll said. All right, I'm going to see what it actually is in Russian. I'm going to write it out. Hold on. Google Translate. Please work. Yeah, I should have done that and I didn't. I'm so sad that I didn't do it. I'm literally so sad. English to English. All right. Let's see. With the doll. So what are we going to do about this? There it is. Tone. Okay. Yeah, I'm still banned from Copilot. I can't click what it says. No, I want.
Так что же мы будем с этим делать? Так что же мы будем с этим делать? Так что же мы будем с этим делать?
Так что же мы будем с этим делать? Yeah, I'm not gonna write that. There it is.
So what are we going to do about this? Так что же мы будем с этим делать?
Okay. All right, cool to know. No, it's cool to know. All right. I'm gonna continue. Let's kill them, V said. It is Earth, but it is not blown up. Something is wrong. Same here, Uzi said. Always wanted to kill the humans. So, about you, Tessa? V said, okay. Now, Tessa said, the only reason why Tessa's agreeing to do this is because something is wrong about the situation. Her humans are already dead. And she knows that this is Earth. She clearly knows that this is Earth. So, like, there must be something wrong. There must be a trick or whatever. They thought it was a trick or something to make them kill all the humans. Let's just wait for impact and we can talk about the plan. So they wait there for a minute, and then it crashed hard on the ground. After it settled, everyone, not Tessa, said, I see small humans looking at us. I don't know why I said that. Then they all notice that one's coming this way. They play rock, paper, scissors, and Tessa won. When the kid came up, Tessa said, okay, me and Jay here. It's all outside. Uzi first floor and second, and V third. Okay, let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. Now there's a ... after this, but I'm going to single that's the end of the chapter. So how was the chapter? Do you think I did the stuff right with Tessa and all that? All right, let me continue. So you know some stuff after that, and anything up until the note was not important. Now you finally get to hear what's on the notes. This is a little bit of N's perspective. Okay. So when I felt the note, I looked around, and it's like, okay, no media, and it's like, okay. Then I opened it up, the note, and it said, this is why. Hi, N. Love your work. Can you show this with V, J, U, Doll, Uzi, and Ted together? Meet at 1:07 at 2 p.m. I got everyone, and when I read the note, everyone's like, how? But V said free kill, and the others were like, we need to move anyways. That's it. That's it for us, Tessa said. Okay, but I need to say one more thing. You know that some humans are bad and some humans are good, so it would not be fair to kill every human? Okay. What are you going to do for us, Jay said. Good question. Well, give you all some info. I'll get the oil, treat you really good. What I mean is just, I don't know. And I have a big home. And who else is going to have the courage to talk to you guys? He makes a valid point, V said. They began to whisper. I've never thought this would be his hero day, but it is. So yeah, Rob is happy. You'll remember this forever. Especially, they all said yes. That was the chapter. Nice chapter. All right. This is the last page, your last paper, so technically 2 pages. Oh, I don't know what the chapters are, but whatever. Here we go. Rob was so happy, so they shook hands, talked about some stuff. Uzi, Rob was saying while walking to go outside. Oh, God. Here's some more breaking the fourth wall. Right now, I'm counting the crimes of your show. And V is first, and Sin very close. Interesting, they all say. Right when they're going to go outside, Rob stopped them and said, "Let's pull a prank on everyone, okay?" Everyone agreed. And this is like literally the most horrible prank. Like, I wrote this like so bad. I did this so bad. So when Rob walked out, everyone, the FBI and police, literally just everyone possible, were there wondering how he did. Rob was about to speak. He fell. The drones came out. Like, I was thinking, like, I was shooting about the scene and they're all in position, so I just left that out randomly. And then I said, then Rob got up and said, "I got you all good. So as you see, I did it. I did the impossible. Not telling you how. Here's what's going to happen. Do not be mean or assault them, because they will kill you. To get answers, ask me and them to get that answer. And no trying to capture them and test on them. All 6 will be living with me, so if you excuse me, need to go home and help them get in order and explain better. Oh, and I'll come to school with them tomorrow. Don't know how that's going to work. So see ya!" And the gang just walked away towards their new home and their future. Oh. All right. You're going to say it without... Yeah, half of pages. I could literally write forever. This has been going on. It's been going on for like a while, actually. You know what's crazy? There were some things that I've done, and it just was a lot. I mean, I could go on forever. There's a whole storyline I'm doing in my mind every single night when I go to bed. It is, if it wrote, it would be so long. It's been going on for like a year. But yeah. Oh yeah. Like, yeah. I could understand the weirdest ship I could actually understand is N and Sin. But when Sin says Big Brother, that's kind of weird. But again, Big Brother doesn't necessarily mean Big Brother. It could just be like a big role model. Like, then technically, would V and N be related? Would that... Seriously. Think about it. Would that make it so the only logical relationship N could have is with Uzi? Yeah, I've thought about some stuff about Murder Jones I probably shouldn't have thought about. Anyways, getting off topic. Got a half a page, so I'm just going to read that. So you really do agree with me in not doing this to learn more how to get more domination, right? Rob said to the group. Nope, Tessa said. We actually agree. So where are you taking us? And said, well, my home is... Wait, did I tell you that... Did I tell you the similarities with your universe and it might be the same? They all stopped. Rob is worried that they might kill him or use him. Tell us at your house or we'll kill you, Tessa said. Okay, Rob said. They don't talk for the rest of the way there. Everyone is looking at them. And the FBI and the police is too. This is probably the worst thing I probably wrote here. So everyone seems to know what to do now. Fly. So Rob thinks and nods to Uzi. She nods back. He gets on and they all fly to their home. That sounds so wrong. I'm getting on Uzi. No, I can tell you right now. You don't talk for the rest of the way there. Everyone is looking at them. And the FBI and the police is too. So everyone seems to know what to do now. Fly. So Rob thinks, nods at Uzi. She nods back. He gets on. They all fly to their new home. I broke it. I broke my chain. Darn it. Broke one of the little... Okay. At the moment when I wrote this sounded the most logical option. Because, like, oh, who could fly? 4. So the only 2 people that couldn't fly were like, okay, me and Tessa. I was like, I don't want to get on a girl, but I don't know why I chose Anne. I don't know. I guess I forgot some others could fly. For some reason, at the moment, I thought the best option was Uzi. I do not know why. No, what would happen there is Uzi would freaking impale me with her tail and just like crush me to the ground. No, that like wait a minute. We have a little more. We have a little more. All right. I'm just gonna continue. When they get there, Rob gets off and opens the door for them. It leads to the living room and kitchen. Is this big enough? Rob wonders. Yes, this is good, Tessa said. Can you show where we sleep? Because I'm tired, Uzi said. Okay. Let me show you where you sleep. And sleep. Okay? Rob said. Okay, so everyone's just super tired about everything. So Rob leads them to where they sleep. I wonder about tomorrow. And they go to sleep. No. See, another 2 major, like, I think the biggest plot hole in the scene story that I feel like is Rob not having any parents. That's it's gonna be talked about if I ever make a part 2 about this. Because if I think about parents, it's like not even going to work, and it's just gonna be unnecessary. Like they are absolutely unnecessary to the story unless we make a book specifically about them. I was thinking at one point that Rob was made in a lab, but he is, I don't know yet. He is not made in a lab. He was born normally, but he just doesn't have parents. I don't know how that works, but it just works. So how is the story? Overseas? Yeah. Plot hole fixed, yeah. All right. I got a 3.5 on this, actually. She said very good suspense, actually. So yeah, I was happy. Let's see if I can, like... I'm gonna, like, try to... Okay. So... In my elementary school, we did the letter grade, but then in middle school, for some reason, we went with numbers, like the 0 to 4 system, and then we went back to letters. We're gonna do letters in high school. It's like A, B, C, D, and F. You've used those before, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? So like a 3.5 is like, I would say like an A. You watch anime. Okay. Oh. Okay, good. All right. There's 2 things I want to talk to you about before I'm gonna end off the live stream. All right. Yeah. E. There's no E. It's either E or F, and the reason why E hasn't been used in America, I actually learned this. His parents were actually confused that E was for excellent. And some places still use E. But I don't think they use E and F. But yeah, the minus and plus, we just haven't used that. So I guess a 3.5, if you like thinking like an A minus is like a 3.2, like 3.33, I don't know. So like then I would have like a pretty high A then. Or like a low A plus, I guess. I don't know. All right, here are the 2 things. One, I actually worked on a kill count. I've done the kill count, but the order, it just doesn't feel right, and I'm doing everything like the screen time. I'm like, oh, should I? I don't know. It's confusing to me. And then the screen time. I thought I was gonna do a plain old nice update for the screen time. No, I had to delete a lot of stuff from CapCut because of issues. But no, in fact, for some reason the things didn't even take up storage, so I actually lost just a lot of my videos for like no reason. That's fine. I got the video saved, so it's whatever. So what I actually did was I actually had to convert it to like this instead of using stopwatch because that's off by a little bit. Yeah, storage. But now I have 512 gigabytes, so that's good. Anyways, for the screen time, I did an update. Well, I did a paper for it, but I'm like, oh, this is a lot more complicated than I thought. And I don't even know how I'm going to make a video about this. So I'm just going to tell you the results. In 10th place, we have no one. Big surprise with the time of 0.966 repeating seconds, which is actually 0.016 repeating seconds more than previous. The 9th place is Dead Worker Drone 1, the time of 3.066 repeating seconds, which is actually 0.546 repeating seconds more than its previous time. Then in 8th place, and actually this is why it's important, a change in place, is Dead Drone 5 with a time of 3.1 seconds. Actually improvement by 0.122 from its previous. In 7th place is Dead Drone 4. 3.6 seconds. Actually, the exact same time, so that's cool. 6th through 3rd is Dead Humans 1 through 3 and Dead Worker Drone 2. At the time of exactly 4 seconds. So it's actually all plus of a 0.025. In 2nd place, Dead Drone 3, time of 7.3 seconds, which is actually 0.052 seconds greater than its previous. And finally, V with the time of 8.1 seconds. Actually, subtracting 0.046 seconds. Now, yes, it's less accurate. It's better because if it goes by 30 frames a second, then this is better, I would say. So yeah, and like I don't know how to make the video. I was thinking, yeah, because I didn't really miss any frames on characters. I did miss a character, so I guess I could talk about Dead Drone 5 and you can talk about all the extra time I had to add. But then like I wouldn't be able to show the stopwatch because then I'll think, okay, then how would I do this? Well, I'll show the stopwatch. But then, like, how am I going to do it? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to make an update video for each character. Because, oh my goodness, this is going to be pretty huge. Like, yeah. That's how it's going. I need to do my book. All right. Yes. Is it easier to count the amount of frames and convert to time than timer? No. Well, it does take more. No. Because no matter what, I'm going to have to put the time frames of how long they've appeared. And then if I'm using the stopwatch method, I just put the stopwatch there, boom, and then look at their last appearance of their time, boom. But if I do it with the actual time in the editing software, then like, yeah. The only reason why actually, the main reason why I think it's actually the only reason why I do shots, actually 2 reasons. Actually, no, 1 reason is just for people to see. Because like screen time's so boring. Like, what is the purpose? It's like, okay, grab someone, blah, 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 boom. Like, there's literally no purpose into even making a video. I could just make a whole entire video. Just talk about each of those videos. It's not interesting. So adding a stopwatch there just makes it more interesting. So I think I'm going to keep doing that for all the videos. But right after, I'm going to make an update video. Like, accurately timing them. Episodes are going to be pretty difficult. And it's going to take a lot of time. And then timing's going to be different. There's not going to be any milliseconds, sadly. It's only going to go up to the 10th place. But yeah, that's the answer. Yeah, I just had. Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. 2 hours. Woo! All right, I'm ending off the live stream. Yeah. And yeah, my editing software only goes 30 frames a second. Yeah. All right. Bye.